Silence. That is the first thing one feels upon seeing the moon up close. Not the silence of sleep, nor the peace of a quiet night, but the heavy, eternal hush of a world that has never known sound. For billions of years it has hung above us, pale and constant, a guardian of tides, a mirror of our dreams. Yet, beneath its shining face, hidden in the blackened depths of its craters, lies a secret so ancient, so improbable, that it rewrites our story of the heavens, water, the element of life itself. The story begins with light, the light that never fades. Across the moon's sunlit plains, dust stretches endlessly, glimmering with cruel brilliance. Every grain of regolith, every stone, bears witness to the fury of creation. There is no breeze, no flowing river, no whisper of rain, only endless radiance and cold emptiness. The lunar day burns with heat so fierce that any trace of ice should vanish in an instant. And yet, the question haunted the minds of dreamers and scientists alike. Could the moon, this barren desert of light, hold a memory of water? For centuries, humanity believed it could not. Telescopes revealed only dryness, craters upon craters, and the ghostly glow of reflected sunlight. The moon is dead, they said, a fossil world. But as technology grew, as machines began to see where human eyes could not, that certainty began to crack. Shadows, deep and endless, hid at the poles. And within those shadows, something extraordinary waited to be found. The stage was set. NASA prepared its instruments, and the world waited for the silence of the moon to speak. In the year 2009, the Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite, LCROSS, was launched with a simple yet daring mission: to crash into the moon. It was not a mistake, not an accident, but carefully crafted act of celestial archaeology. LCROSS was to become both observer and sacrifice, delivering its findings through destruction. Riding aboard a larger spacecraft, the Centaur upper stage, LCROSS made its long, slow journey through space. Below it, the moon rotated, indifferent, silent as ever. Its target, Cabeus Crater, lay near the lunar South Pole, a place so cold, so shadowed, that sunlight had not touched it for billions of years. Temperatures there fell below minus 230 degrees Celsius. In that eternal darkness, scientists hoped ice might endure. As LCROSS approached, its cameras came alive. The desolation of the lunar surface unfolded in high resolution. Gray plains, jagged peaks, endless craters layer like scars of time. Then the moment came. The Centaur separated, tumbling toward the moon like a silver spear. LCROSS followed close behind, eyes fixed, instruments ready. And then impact. A flash, a plume, a storm of dust erupted into the sunlight. For a moment, the dead moon breathed again. LCROSS plunged into the debris cloud it had created, tasting the vapor, reading the light. In that luminous chaos, hidden signatures began to appear: hydrogen, hydroxyl, and unmistakably, water. The voice of the mission team broke through the static. "We found it." Months of analysis confirmed what humanity had hoped for centuries. There was water on the moon. Not flowing rivers, not shimmering lakes, but grains and crystals of ice buried within shadowed soil, preserved by the cold embrace of eternity. To understand how water could survive in such a hostile place, one must travel not through space, but through time. The moon's poles are unlike anything on Earth. At the bottom of certain craters, sunlight never reaches. For billions of years, they have remained in perpetual night. Cold traps, scientists call them, though the phrase hardly captures their mystery. Imagine standing at the rim of such a crater. Above, the stars blaze even in daytime. The horizon curves sharply, and beyond it, sunlight glows faintly. But below, a pit of pure blackness yawns. No light, no warmth, no sound. The temperature plunges, freezing everything it touches. Here, even a whisper of water vapor would turn to ice in an instant, and once frozen, it would remain unchanged for eons. When comets crashed into the moon long ago, they brought with them cargoes of water ice. Some of it vaporized instantly, some was lost to space, but a fraction drifted downward into these craters, never to see light again. There, it slept through the ages, locked in darkness, waiting for the day when human curiosity would uncover it once more. These cold traps are more than curiosities. They are time capsules. The ice within them may be billions of years old, older than humanity, perhaps older than Earth's oceans themselves. Each molecule tells a story of cosmic collisions, of chemistry written in starlight. And now, after endless silence, the moon's shadows have become keepers of the universe's oldest memories. When the LCROSS results were announced, the world reacted with awe. The moon, our closest neighbor, the very first world we looked upon with wonder, was no longer dry, no longer dead. It was a world of hidden potential. Water meant possibilities. For future astronauts, for science, for dreams of colonization, everything changed. Water is not merely a liquid. It is life, it is energy, it is fuel. Split into hydrogen and oxygen, it becomes rocket propellant. Melted, it sustains breath and body. On the moon, where every kilogram must be brought from Earth at enormous cost, the discovery of local water could rewrite the future of exploration. Suddenly, the moon was no longer a destination. It was a gateway. NASA scientists envisioned lunar outposts powered by solar fields, supplied by ice from polar craters. Rovers would mine the regolith, heat it, and extract precious molecules of water vapor. Human explorers could drink it, breathe it, and even use it to power their ships to Mars and beyond. The dream of a permanent lunar base, once science fiction, gained new urgency. But beyond the practical, there was the poetic. In that frozen dust, humanity found a reflection of itself, fragile, enduring, shaped by time and chance. Water on the moon was not only a resource, it was a reminder that life's essence extends far beyond our world. The universe, in its quiet vastness, was not barren after all. It whispered, "I hold more than you see." The LCROSS mission was only the beginning. Soon, other instruments confirmed and expanded upon its findings. India's Chandrayaan. One detected hydroxyl bonds across the lunar surface. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter mapped the temperature of the poles, revealing even more craters where ice might survive. Each new discovery deepened the mystery. How much water was there? How deep? How old? The answers came slowly, each mission peeling back another layer of silence. Scientists estimated hundreds of millions of tons of ice scattered across the polar regions. Some lay in pure deposits, some mixed with dust, others hidden beneath thin layers of rock. Robots and orbiters began to trace the moon's water cycle. Yes, a cycle. Even here, in this lifeless place, molecules move, jumping from sunlit areas to shadows, dancing with the heat of day and the chill of night. And so, the story of lunar water became the story of rebirth. What was once seen as a desolate rock had become a living laboratory of planetary evolution. The moon, it seemed, still breathed in its own way. Future missions, Artemis, Viper, and others, prepared to follow LCROSS's trail. They would dig, drill, and study, searching not just for ice, but for the history it carried. Every layer of frost, every frozen molecule, could reveal where the water came from, comet, asteroid, or volcanic vent. In those clues lay answers about the origins of water on Earth itself. The moon was no longer a relic. It was a teacher. Night falls again upon the lunar surface. The shadows lengthen, swallowing craters and mountains alike. Somewhere, deep in the polar darkness, a grain of ice glimmers faintly under the starlight reflected from Earth. It has waited for a billion years for this moment, for us to notice, to care, to ask the question, what does it mean that the moon holds water? Perhaps it means that the universe is not as empty as we once thought. Perhaps it means that even in silence, creation leaves traces of its generosity. The same elements that birthed oceans and storms on Earth also touch this barren world. Life's building blocks are not confined to one planet. They are scattered everywhere, patient, timeless, waiting for light. As humanity prepares to return to the moon, not as visitors, but as settlers, this discovery gains new weight. The icy shadows of the poles may soon echo with footsteps, the hum of machines, the breath of explorers gazing upward toward Earth, glowing blue and alive. They will stand where no sunlight falls, and yet, in that darkness, they will find water, hope, and the reflection of everything that makes us human. For in the end, the moon is our mirror, silent, watchful, ancient. It reflects not only light, but also longing, Through the eyes, O Cross, and the courage of those who dare to ask, we now know, even in the coldest, loneliest corners of space, the story of water, the story of life, endures. And so the moon, once thought to be dry and lifeless, whispers its final revelation. I, too, remember the sea.